This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connect to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
This is the Barbados Today evening news update for Friday, September 11. I am Mary-Claire Williams. Thank you for joining us. Our top story, police are reportedly questioning a man about the death of Melanese Eversley last Thursday. Eversley's body was found in Jordan, St. George by members of the Barbados Fire Service who had responded to a fire in the same area. The man, said to be from the same parish and in his 30s, is a Barbadian who spent his formative years in St. Lucia. 60-year-old Eversley was the sister of the acting Assistant Police Commissioner, Livingston Eversley. To other news, tempers flared on the steps of the central bank today as 60 of the bank's employees walked off the job. The disgruntled workers are peeved at the management's failure to discuss the recent hiring of an intern to a position which pays a higher salary than appointed workers. Today, the workers' bargaining agent, the Barbados Workers' Union, attempted to discuss the matter with management, but the representatives were told via a messenger that it would not occur if certain union officials were present. This did not go down well with the BWU's General Secretary, Dwayne Paul.
We cannot and will not tolerate the disrespect, the blatant disrespect to labor by any employer in Barbados. The Barbados Workers' Union presented itself here and sought to resolve this matter amicably with management of the central bank, and they have refused to meet and insisting on dictating to the union who can be present if they are going to meet. That is unheard of in industrial relations in Barbados. And not only that, you are doing it via a messenger. So nobody is willing to get it from his or her desk to come and speak to the union on matters impacting the staff, to the point that they had to withdraw their labor. Yet the building here is full of directors, managers, and I think the governor by now should be back, or his meeting should be over by now, and nobody is willing to speak.
The surgical intensive care unit at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital is again fully operational, and patients and staff can expect big benefits from the renovated facility, which is equipped with modern technology. Over the past few months, the SICU underwent major improvement as a result of an initiative of the John Thompson Memorial Trust Fund, created by Thompson's family from Northern Ireland after John's death in Barbados as a result of a mid-Atlantic yachting accident. The trust fund has purchased in excess of $250 Barbados of bedside monitoring and related clinical equipment, and the repairs included removal of all old cabinetry, fixtures and fittings, and the installation of plumbing fixtures. Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Agriculture Society, James Paul, is frowning on reports of a shortage of onions at local supermarkets. In fact, he says it shouldn't be. He argues that the country has the capacity to produce 100% of the onions it consumes, but instead it is merely producing about 100 acres of onions, which amounts to about 45,000 per acre. Paul insists this is unacceptable, and he is proposing a drive to encourage farmers to produce more.
There are two reasons why I think it makes sense. From the point of view of really saving on at least around $2 million in basically $1 million US, $1.5 million, sorry, in foreign exchange on an annual basis, it makes sense. And also too, the employment that is generated as a result of it, it also makes sense on that point of view. Another thing is that we find that there are other activities that could be generated as a result of a comprehensive onion production program in this country.
Today was dubbed Sneakers Day in Barbados, and nowhere else was it more apparent than at West Terrace Primary School. Decked out in their game clothes and white shoes, students observed the day in commemoration of Caribbean Wellness Day, which will be observed tomorrow. The physical education teacher, Roderick Hammond, spoke to Barbados Today about the activity.
helping them to understand that, you know, staying fit, getting moving. During the break to lunch session, we had Miss Donna Barker come in and talk about nutrition and exercise and healthy eating and stuff like that. This morning we had Miss Shelley Small doing her landship movement. So today was a whole day of activity. Teachers were involved, ancillary staff, the whole school. It was fun. It was great.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
To the region now, heavy rains are pounding an already saturated Dominica as the remnants of Tropical Storm Grace passed the island. Flooding has been reported in at least 3 communities on the west coast. Authorities are urging residents in low-lying areas to move to higher ground. Meanwhile, there will be no World Creole Music Festival in Roseau this year. The Tourism Minister Robert Tongue confirmed today that a relief concert will be held on all 3 nights. In Trinidad and Tobago, the Twin Island Republic's new look cabinet has been installed. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has a 22-member team, 11 less than the former People's Partnership government, led by the former Prime Minister Kamla Prasad-Visesa. Tragedy on the international front: at least 107 people died and more than 200 were injured when a crane collapsed in the Muslim holy city of Mecca in Saudi Arabia. The huge red crane crashed into a part of the Grand Mosque, the largest in the world, that was filled with worshippers at the time. The head of Saudi Arabia's civil defense said strong winds and heavy rains had caused the collapse. Mecca is currently preparing for the annual Muslim Hajj pilgrimage. The crane collapse happened at a time when many worshippers were there for Friday prayers. Shortly before the crash, the city had been hit by unusually high levels of rainfall and winds of up to 50 miles per hour. And that's the news this evening, but for the very latest, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. Also, catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. We're also on Channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I am Mary Claire Williams. Good evening.